but we're business. So B2C, we want to scale up. We want to raise money. We want the contracts to raise money. We want to do a business plan to raise money on that. And we want to do it all via e-commerce. Just laid out the game plan to you. Help.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love where you started because this is where I start. We do a lot of what I call strategy calls, initial 30-minute strategy calls with clients, potential clients, to kind of get on the same page. We might not even get into the legal side of it in that call. What you've raised, you didn't say to me, hey, Jeff, I've got this legal issue and I want your time to draft a document. You didn't say that because that's not the way you're thinking about it, right? You're thinking, I have a business, I want to create this revenue stream and I want to do it with this target market and I'm going to have competitors out there doing this. What you're talking about, you're really talking about strategy, just the fundamentals of building a business in a strategic way. That's exactly where we try to start our conversation, right? I'll often talk about the 5-factor framework that I use for business strategy. It applies to every business, but every business has its unique features. And so you want to figure out what are those factors that play into your business. For example, for what you're doing, I would want to know more about timelines that you're on. What timeline are you trying to launch this business or raise your money or perhaps enter into strategic partnerships with vendors in an e-commerce way or whatever that might be, right? There's a lot of detail we get there. I would want to know about what the resources are that you already have. Now, you mentioned that you want to get funding. In e-commerce companies, oftentimes a lot of the value you're creating is in your branding, right? Which we can protect with trademarks. You might be inventing products, depending on the type of e-commerce. If you're in consumer product goods, you're probably inventing products along the way, and you might need patents for those things. We start to walk down these factors of the strategic framework, and we can then start off our legal conversation with a really good understanding of the business strategy, the business objectives and timeline that you're putting out there and that you want to, that's what you're focused on, the business. We want our legal to also focus on the business and not become its own separate monster, if you will.